Thanks, Bruce. Okay, and now Phil Van Cleve is going to wrap this up with some last-minute thoughts, and you're going to talk about the legislation.
Well, when I learned that these 3 gun bills were going to the committee they were in subcommittee, I told the members on the board, I said, well, there's 3 outcomes here. Either they're going to slap their heads and go, geez, how did these bills get in this committee and subcommittee? How did that happen? They're not supposed to be here. And then, of course, then the bills would be a little late arriving at the other committee that they're supposed to be in. And indeed, guess what happened? Oh no, they slapped their heads a few minutes ago and said, these bills aren't supposed to be here. So, geez, that was one of my 3 predictions. That was number 1, and that fits. Hopefully, the rest of the prediction won't come true, but those bills, so they've already, they're having the hearing now, but they said those bills are not going to be heard today. They're going to be re-referred to the militia police subcommittee, which is where they should have gone in the first place. If they'd asked me, I would have told them and saved them a lot of trouble. We'll see what happens. So unfortunately today there's nothing much on the lobbying side. I will say though that if you haven't seen your senator or delegate, do not leave here without at least going by and seeing them, because you did go in teams. It's possible some of you missed your own senator and delegate. Don't, even if they're anti-gun, it's important they hear from you and not let it slide.
They should know your name and your face.
Yeah, they should know your name and your face, as Bruce says. We have some very important bills that are on the dockets, and we've got a few more that are probably going to show up. The sheets that you took around today had everything we have as of this time. I can tell you that there's some more being drafted, and there are probably some more anti-gun bills that will be showing up. I wouldn't be surprised. Right now we're close to parity. We've got about the same number of pro-gun and anti-gun bills out there. On the pro-gun side, of course, we've got the restaurant ban repeal. We're putting teeth in preemption, and what we're doing there is basically, if there's a gun bill out there, an illegal gun ban in one of the localities, this now will empower us, if we get this passed, to be able to go to a judge ahead of time and say, Judge, I fear unlawful arrest if I do the following in Norfolk or wherever. And then the judge can look at the law, and then he can direct that locality to get rid of that gun ban and to confirm they cannot enforce that. And then the locality will have to pay you back all of your legal fees, attorney fees, court fees, and all of that. And that will get their attention. Yeah, I wish we could get the mayor to pay out of his own pocket. That's almost too much to ask. Yeah, also, Bruce wanted me to remind you, if you do go see your senator and delegate, try to sign the guest book. There's a little guest book there they all have if you're a constituent. So let them know, it's a reminder you were there, and they'll put you on their own little mailing list. Yeah, we want those teeth in it. Now, yeah, Norfolk got sued and lost. Dan Lottie Moore is here, as a matter of fact, about near the big tree here in the middle, waving his arms. And that's an example of a locality who knew, Norfolk knew, they 100%, I guarantee you, they knew that was illegal. They took an hour to come up with an illegal decision. Imagine if you or I decided to spend an hour thinking about breaking the law. Would the police have any mercy on us? No, nor would we deserve any. But a locality does that and they expect escape. Well, they didn't. And we want to make sure that it's even harder on them. We want all this stuff off the books. And if you don't take it off, VCDL or some other group or a whole bunch of individuals together will get you to take it off, because we'll take you to court. It'll be a quick and easy win, and we'll get our money back, and we can turn around and do it again until it's clean up there. It's a shame that this stuff happens. It does. That's why VCDL does what it does. Other organizations ignore the local levels. They worry about the state. You know, we've gotten a name for ourselves by going to the local level, right down into the backyards of people and going into the city councils and town councils and your board of supervisors. And we've made a difference by doing that. And I do say we because by myself, I'm one person. In the board, we've got 7 people. Big deal. You look around you. You guys make it happen. And we had a nice turnout today. It really is something to stand up here and look out there and see, and the crowd shrunk a little bit, but to see all those orange stickers. And as I walked around the General Assembly, what did I see? Everywhere I turned, orange stickers. I thought, well, maybe I'll drop in and see this particular senator or delegate. And I'd walk to the door and I could already hear you guys hitting the point. I said, all right, I'll move on somewhere else. You know, I almost felt like I lost the job here. But that was wonderful. And this will be remembered. It will be an important event as they look back on their votes and they're thinking about getting ready to vote. They're going to remember all these stickers walking around and all of you that came out while all their other constituents sat at home. And they'll think about who it was that made a difference. There are some other gun bills out there, or pro-gun bills. We've got one that would allow us to carry in K through 12 schools. And like I said, untrained, off-duty Commonwealth attorneys can do it. Off-duty police officers. We have as good a record as any of them, and we would be an asset to have in a school if an emergency happened. And we're one more deterrent why there wouldn't be an emergency, knowing that visiting adults could be in a position to stop a violent crime. I would let any of you watch my back any day of the week and would feel perfectly safe having that happen. Or my grandchildren or whatever. We have, besides of the school bill and the restaurant ban repeal, we have one for active duty military that exempts them from one gun a month. And I think there's the least we can do for our fighting men and women. A lot of times they don't have a lot of time at home, and this would be an opportunity if they wanted to get a few guns not to have to wait a month, which they may not easily have, in order to buy more than one gun. And it's another brick in the wall against one gun a month.
Just another brick in the wall.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to try and sing it. I don't think anybody wants to hear me do that. Also, we had a kind of a surprise bill that came in. Senator Stolle put in a bill that will repeal the registration on silencers in Virginia. The feds already have it. In fact, I told a delegate today that if they want to save some money, right now we're talking about the state saving money, they need to get rid of the state level NICS check. They need to get rid of it. When you buy a gun, the feds will do it for free. Why are we paying millions every year to have the state duplicate what the feds are doing? I know the state police don't want to hear this. They can take those officers and reassign them. We're not saying get rid of anybody, but they could save a lot of time and effort by letting the feds do the NICS check.
And they want to raise the...
And they want to raise the fee this year. My Senator Watkins, wants to raise the fee when you buy a gun from $2 to $5. Well, let me ask you this. Who benefits from a NICS check? Do I benefit from them telling me I don't have a criminal record? I don't think so. So why am I paying for it? I get no benefit. If anything, it should come out of the general fund. If they're going to do it at all, the whole population should pay for it, since they're calling it a public safety issue. My feeling is let the feds do it for free, you know, and then the state can save the money, and things will probably run smoother. So we're gonna definitely be pushing that attitude. Delegate Pogge's got a bill in for us that's going to be cleaning up quite a few different items in the law. One of the things is going to clarify that if you happen to have let's say, and this happens occasionally, somebody looks at their permit and go, oh, nuts, this thing expired a month ago or a week ago or a day. We're looking at having the bill that's in there now, or that she's going to modify, will allow you to have at least a 90-day grace period, in which case you won't have to get re-fingerprinted. Okay.